Seo lads, má céad waidin an seo Tasmania. Agus a brand new marker an reaction, nach ceapag right to a clother head no conceal no watch ginch, ach níl. Tá mé níos ceangan na Ilan is gúlta ar down. Smuoinnig an áit bhfuil sí a lai. Má haim se a bhád go dtír níor her, ní leanach deisceart Patagonia agus Chile. An tíbhile tá deisceart New Zealand agus Antarctic. Agus tá mis ráilih lads, ní hastíí weim go mbeidh seo atá na róvinnig, mar imagine bhí am na woolies a hortamach an chás, mar tá na air fuair agus uair i Van Diemen's Land.
Cosúla Alcatraz, bhí de cháil ar an brisún panadach seo a Bord Arthur in Eisceart na Tasmania go má frisún é nach féadhí éileas.
Saolaí conasibh na bhuaigh na lads, díobachas ar na cúpla cé bliana hen, agus iad a landal an seo Port Arthur in san prisún is dechar sa Southern Hemisphere fad. Bhí sé donna go leor landal i Botany Bay san Austral, ach tá rud é go raibh tú caite isteach an seo go Port Arthur sin deireadh le a héal. Díobhartha go hilas go homlan, as éireann, as an bhaile, go brach na brethe. For this prison here in Port Arthur, was the population mainly English? Was it Chinese guys doing wrong in Sydney? Was it multicultural?
Yes, it was multicultural. The British Empire was everywhere. So they'd gone to the four corners of the earth, you know, from India, from Malta. There were Americans, Canadians. There was a black African, Samuel, so you get them from everywhere. More than anything, I think the greatest punishment of all was the exile from anything they'd ever known. You know, you can imagine, I mean, you come, say, from Dublin, you know, it's a full-on city, it's already going, and you arrive here, and what is there? You're in the middle of nowhere. So you may as well say today, you know, they could have gone to the moon. It was so foreign, arriving here.
Do the records tell us how many Irish were then down to Tasmania?
Around 16,000 Irish prisoners were transported into Van Diemen's Land.
Maybe I had some descendants sent down here.
Well, you could have.
Some of my family
yes,
sent down here.
You could have. It would have been lads like you who were sent here, I'm sure.
Tá leabhailú duine Coney Tasmania fad. Ní leanach tí ran bheog ach tá sí go mór na éire. Agus bhain na céta rinne an Austral glán darmad ar an áite. Rinne an domhan glán darmad ar an áite ach tá sí sinna fad i garthú.
Seo í Hobart, príomhchathair na Tasmania, atá lai in Eisceart na Hoileáin a breanú síos amach ar Antarctica. Nílach déanú de 200,000 duine intí, agus sé an bailachas fearr leis an baile seo eiceil ná sa mug ceart. I mo mug glas.
The beauty, isn't she? Cowell first. Like neutral, níl is an Cowell, neutral níos an Cowell, eh, man? You're him on Misha gears, tá my Tim on automatic lads le Tom and Lewis. Mar sin an size car tag on gears, tá Misha rollet. On gear stick shot classic on lads. Near fresh my third pole. Oh, right leg first. Because my spade lumps are first to all, no, when they get him a gate hit. He'll start. Lads, they spade lump first to all. Tassie bug, Tassie tiger, Tassie bug tiger, Tassie devil. Seo lár an gahar an seo an Hobart, agus tá sé an ósráid grafton me nach lia, tá sí pedestrianised. Ach seo tróna é sachan, an difriocht mhór idir an dá áitna nach bhfuil mór an daoine an seo, agus muhíam nach bhfuil mór an stró an seo an Hobart. Beidir nach bhfuil mór an stró ar an Ilan ar fad. Ach tá me trúla go amach fáin dua, mar is Ilan túhiú lé seo, agus muhíam go na daoine an seo, ní rud dá é seo rá, ach muhíam go an áit, beag an ína rais na hochtadaí, ó héh an fashion de agus much gan an áit. Mai ar an móthar oscail dénis go céad uair agus tá mai timán suas ó thuair fad agus ma dul i dtaithí ar mar glúisteán. Nuair bhí me sé óglaid ní raibh aon Volkswagen Beetle in airt tach seanja. Bhí Mirafiori, bhí an Fiat 138 a dosach, 128, sin ceann muid Mirafiori, sin an Cortina agus a gin formant an Fiat Ritmo. Oh lads. Ag brand machad nis. Tá níos mó na dahad fan géad gon Ilan seo ina chuil báistí. Agus deirtear bhfuil cuilscaí agus áitiní nach féidir an duine déanra ar frisin. Tás cinál ecological tourism a bheits ar siúil an seo. Tá turas go gáir chuil a bhliain.
Bhí roinnt amlas baralagam, mar sin thucaí me gáil síos go Dewtown.
Why is it called Dewtown?
It was called Dewtown back in about 1933, there were 4 people, I think it was, Bill Eldridge that had this place here, my father that had one, that one there,
Right.
and a couple up on the bank, and they got together and they decided they were going to name all their houses Do. So from then on, it just sort of grew.
What was your house called way back?
Do Nix.
And I see Love Me Do, Do Little.
Yeah.
What's the best? Who's got the best name in the village?
Oh, I reckon there's one around the road. The outhouse is called After Do.
I'm buying a house in the area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to call my house That'll Do Nicely.
Yeah, good name. You might have plenty of money though.
Na nílas agan cévéad agus Somalia tá hééis cuairte thorca Tasmania, nó nílas agan cévéad agus Somalia tá smuoine pacha Tasmania. Ach tá coníochttaí ana cuirseas dhéanamh hééis cúpla lá cahavinti. Tá sí ar nós Colorado lena Rocky Mountains búilte leis an Wild West agus áite tá coní ras na seachtatí. Ní féidir príomhcar a gléic Hobart, ní ná nach provincial town, agus ní ná nach trí nó ceire baltí mar sin ar níl an fad. Ní nach trí nó ceire príomhbóthir, agus tíb muig sin is páchan na náisiúnta ar fad.
Tá reserve seo traúna, site ar halamhíor gúilta agus ról tábhachta gan áit in athláú agus a gúram na nanmhia fiána dúchasacha.
Andrew, I never thought I'd get this close to a kangaroo.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Figure sure, lads. Come on, shasa baraka like young and Envy is callula down. You like that fair from a kangaroo makara? How many years can we expect like this guy? What age would this guy be now?
He'd be about, he's only about 7 or 8, so he'd be halfway. 15 is a good lifespan for a kangaroo.
And he'll grow and grow.
He'll grow and grow. The saying from the Aboriginal people, the old man kangaroo, because the kangaroo is the only mammal where the male just keeps growing till they die. But they only probably spend a couple of years at the most at the top of the chain before they're replaced by another male. Part of the competing to be the #1 male is to be the strongest, biggest fighter. 2 times a year they will actually box quite seriously.
It's the image I've seen. It's on cartoons a million times of the boxing kangaroo, and it's true. They do fight like that.
Oh, they do. You see, look, see these big claws, but they're not really trying to punch each other. They're trying to scratch each other's eyes out. But they have classic boxing technique. Like this fellow here, to have mated with this female here, he would have had to have outboxed quite a few others to be claiming the #1 position.
Say if an older kangaroo just walked by now and he was a 15-year-old big daddy, I've been there, grandfather,
Yeah.
would he sort of,
Oh yeah.
they'd all know he was in town?
Oh yeah, they'd know. And if this one here didn't go make a coughing sound, the big fellow would go over and say, hey, up and fight.
Hey, for respect?
Yes. And then that's when you see the young lads that won't do that, that's when they're challenging. If they don't do that, they're challenging.
We do that when we go into a pub in Ireland and your man hasn't paid for his pint, he goes, that's fun. So I never knew that about kangaroos.
Yeah, who bit you? Who bit you?
So who have we here?
We have old Dolly. Dolly the old devil.
Why are they called Tasmanian devils?
Well, the first description of them was when they were heard in the bush first. Wow, the noises they make and the screaming and yelling. And then as they saw the animals, saw this red ears, this triangular shaped head, black, ripping to pieces of dead animals, and they just called them a devil of an animal. Then they were called the native devil, the devil possum. And then eventually they realised it was only found here on this island of Tasmania, so it was called the Tasmanian devil.
Coming back, LA, come on. What sound will you call to them?
Dolly. Arf, 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 arf.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they only make that sound when they're in a friendly mood. Arf.
Tá mai ceappa gúil an lad seo cábh numracha am leis na hanmhí. Ná bacla bheith imí leis na síoga, tá an fear seo imí leis na jowlar fad.
That's a fantastic call, isn't it? What was the one you gave me for? As the male kangaroo comes up, he goes, arf, arf. That's glad. That's great, man. I'm learning this. I feel like I'm a child back in school. Arf, arf, arf. Now there's other people all joining us.
Yeah, there's one coming up from behind us here.
Arf, arf.
So straight away we're letting them know we're friendly. Arf. So she's not going to bite you.
Arf.
And they actually vibrate. They sense vibe.
But just to feel what your vibe is.
Feel what your vibe is, yeah.
They sort of mooch around here. Tá siag teacht, fecha seo. Tá siag teacht, das go fech.
I've never seen a belly crawl like that. You must have a special vibe there.
She's a female. She's a female. Arf, arf.
You notice that Roscoe didn't make the arf,
Roscoe,
so she took it
arf. No, Roscoe ní arf. Arf. Reached? Arf. No, it's like a dog. It's like a bloody old red setter.
It's not a seal or a dog, it's a devil.
Just give it Andrew once more from please.
Arf, arf.
Roscoe?
Arf. That's better.
Arf, arf.
Did you notice that you went arf? That devil came and sniffed you and was happy, went over and sniffed. Roscoe didn't get an arf and took off.
Má tá áileacht álan nádúrtha tasta which tá sin seo na bucadí fáileann seo sa Tasman. A mórach ba mise tógáil an Etlan Susk Alice Springs, Cree Yarrag na Australia, áit gúcais na Aborigines. Anis tá gá anam fáilte mar an áitse. Seo van Diemen's Land, seo an Tasman, ach uair bhí na Aborigine cónaí an seo. Mar sin ó Trahuna, slán agaí.